We live? To that Twitch account. Oh yeah, we're live. Ugh, damn it.
Weather Wednesdays.
What happened to Review Mondays?
None of business.
Damn. It's a nice background you have here. A nice custom screen.
Looks good.
Video in my video games? How dare you? You big egg guy, you see him?
Not really. Tired of eggs. Get offered eggs a lot, as one does.
Right. I found a good image. Hold on, I gotta send this to you.
I have my tea.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. I'm happy you have tea.
So am I. I'm going to be thankful for those little things in life that matter. A cup of tea, a custard cream or two, good friends, good times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nothing? What?
I think he's talking to someone else. Oh.
Yeah.
That's fair.
No.
Release the
Well,
day.
we just lost two immediately. As soon as he said that, we just lost two.
Release the dig author files.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
The announcement is Dyslexia has finally eaten a new piece of food in his life.
Have I? No, I haven't. I was just thinking if there's anything I could say that would qualify, but no, I'm eating pretty much right now the same meal deal that I have eaten for the past,
12 years.
3 months. Yeah.
Okay, one person joined. It's 8. Let's go.
It is 8. Oh, thank God we can start the stream because there's 4.
It's still 8 on my screen.
I'd pop it up a minute early, so we should be live now.
Excuse you, people? Who gave you the information? This is a private stream.
Yeah.
Only Trey's allowed on this stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks,
Well,
sir.
welcome everyone to the stream. It is Weather Wednesdays, and I'm going to attempt, but probably not be able to pull off doing this every Wednesday. Of course, real life sometimes will get in the way, but I'm going to try to make this a regular occurrence. And people who are interested can keep tabs on how the lighting is developing. So currently I am fully immersed in the Bitter Coast, and I'm looking to finish all of our weathers there before I move on to another region. So I'm going to start out today. I'm going to do some light fog weather, I think. Nothing super heavy, but just a light fog. And it may or may not be a long stream, maybe a short stream, but at least an hour. We're going to work on this weather here and chill and have fun.
Trey, I'm sorry to kill the mood right away, but maybe you want to announce that a stream's happening in live streams so more people know.
Yeah, I forgot to do that.
I can go and do that.
Yep, totally
And
forgot.
accompanying Trey on his little foray into the world of Vardenfell, we have UCM and Quantum, both 2 level designers extraordinaire, and I, Dyslexia, a voice actor for a couple of characters on the project.
Hello.
We're going to be keeping Trey company.
Yeah, we're doing our own work or no work on the side.
One moment, the stream may pause for a moment. That's because I'm going to my browser. I've just got to look up something on Google real quick. Give me a second.
And as usual, just to get through the quick tasks of the stream, at the start of the stream, if you're interested in joining Skywind, we have some starter positions like file cutting or nav meshing. We're always recruiting if you want to help get the project out more quickly. And, consider joining our Discord if you are so inclined. You can keep up with what's going on there, chat with us, get updates, and, just hang out and have fun. With that out of the way, though. Yeah.
Brilliant. So what do we have
Finally
on the
is
docket for today?
the last person who has not introduced himself yet. I'm UCM, level design lead, and I'm just hanging out while working on some Bitter Coast landscaping.
Oh no, sir, you were introduced by Dyslexia. You have shamed him now. You have shamed him.
Well, I figured it'd be good for my actual voice to be heard while I do that.
He's a strong, independent level designer. He can speak for himself.
Strong and independent.
Exactly.
He's not strong. He has only a face. He has like a pudding face right now.
Damn.
Rude.
Super rude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
I'll be okay, man. I'll be okay.
Wow, I can't believe that one of our fellow members would treat one of our own so poorly. It's really sad.
That's what they don't tell you when you sign on to Skywind. You have to sell your soul and all your goodwill to
be abused by Quantum here.
It's really
Nice
sad
catch.
how things are developing in the Skywind development team. It's just, I wish that Marco didn't hate people as much as he does. He's so evil and cruel to all of us.
Well, we lasted a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
So, Trey, for each area of Skywind, roughly how many weather sets are there?
That's definitely going to vary on the region. So the way The way I'm handling it is I'm basically looking at each region and I'm trying to keep in mind what would the average humidity be in this area. If we were being fully realistic, the size of the island that the Morrowind game takes place on is not large enough to have like multiple distinct biomes. But
Mhm.
if we ignore that and we just treat each area as its own sort of climate, then I'm picking weathers based on what makes sense there. Some places, like for example the Ashlands, we'll probably rarely ever see rain. You might see some dust storms, some ash storms, but you're not necessarily going to see a ton of rain. I think every region can have rain, but some will be so rare that I don't know. You might not see it for hours and hours. It just really depends. But in the case of Bitter Coast, let me open up Notion. Currently looks like, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like we've got 10 weather types planned for the Bitter Coast here. So if we multiply that out, but you get the 10 weather types. Some of them also need like variations on wind direction. So technically I'm working on 10 weathers, which then branch out into the different weather directions. So it's anywhere from 25 to 30 IDs, I'm guessing, for Bitter Coast. But technically only currently 10 types are planned, if that makes sense.
Right. And
Also,
of those, sorry, after you, Marco.
I was gonna say, chat if you have any questions about weather or Skywind stuff or anything you want to ask us. Feel free to type it out, and we'll read it out once we get our eyes on it. Continue dyslexia.
Yes. So of those, I mean, how common are each of them? So I imagine obviously storms or whatnot will be rarer, but
That is
how do you
really
decide?
that is to be determined. The way we decide is UCM and I really just sit down and discuss and try to figure out what makes sense. So it's all determined by how humid a region is, really. Like that's the core of it. If there's high humidity, you're going to have like lots of fog all the time.
Mhm.
And that also determines like how blue saturated the sky is. So for example, in the Bitter Coast, you're probably never going to see a super deep blue sky. You might see like a pastelish kind of grayish blue sky, but it's never going to be heavily saturated blue. Whereas in a place like for example, the city Alderun is, you definitely would see like a deep blue sky because the air is more dry there. Less humidity. So there's less water particles in the air that scatter the light. So the color is more blue.
Wonderful. And obviously, all of these examples, I assume, are based in real life meteorology and how it affects.
I do look into that, but there's a certain point where it really stops making sense because again, the island isn't really big enough to apply every real world rule as to how weather works. So the approach that I've decided to take instead is if I can borrow from real life something that makes sense, I'll try to implement it. But if I can't make it work within the rules of how these regions are laid out, then I just treat each region as its own thing and kind of ignore the surrounding area.
That makes sense. Because, like, Vardenfell is only supposed to be, like 3 miles long or whatever in the original
Something like that, yeah.
Morrowind. And I don't know how big it's supposed to be in lore, but yes, there are some things you have to accept as,
Right.
Yeah. So you're working right now on sort of midday fog.
Yeah, I'm just going to make like a light fog weather, which means I've got to decide if I'm going to allow any sunlight down or not. Once I start pulling the sunlight down, you're going to see everything kind of go to black because up here I haven't implemented any ambient colors yet. So as I pull the sunlight down, you notice everything except that grass goes black. So what I'm going to do is right now I'm just really paying attention to how much sunlight I want in this weather. And
So when it comes to like general weather, so like a fog weather, a rainy weather, or something like that, is there like a consistent like, okay, these are the things I need to hit, and then you go on to the more specific stuff, or do you just it's all like a crapshoot what's gonna be there?
You might want to reformulate that question because I didn't quite understand exactly what you were asking. Probably my fault.
Right. So, like, is there generally going to be like a fog weather for each region? Is there like a shared type of weathers that like you're always expecting for an area?
No, I don't. Even if I could, I'm probably not going to like share weather IDs across regions. I think I'm just going to tailor every region, every weather to its region because I also need to take into account the surroundings. So once I get this, I'm trying to get the values correct right now. And what I mean by value is like the brightness of everything. Once I get the brightnesses correct, then I need to start taking into account the surrounding scenery, like the trees and the grass. That's going to like bounce light around and tint the color of the fog a little bit. And so I can't just share a weather ID from, say, Bitter Coast over to somewhere else because it may not have that green surrounding, and then the fog color looks weird. So every region kind of needs its own treatment in the name of realism.
How come the Skyrim team has not made a statement about when Jeff Boomhauer III suffers a concussion from Hank dropping a bucket on his head in the season 14, episode 4 of the hit show King of the Hill? I'm surprised Marco has not offered a statement on this. I feel like that's very much up his alley.
All right, so listen here. Boomhauer the Third, or as we know him, just Boomhauer. He's a tough guy. All right, he has a very strong sports car. He's kind of a playboy, and you know, obviously, it's kind of implied that he sees things from a different way when he like we get his perspective. Everyone's talking like that dago. It just kind of depends. So I think Boomhauer, it's like just it doesn't bother him, and plus it's Hank. Like Hank's chill. Hank usually doesn't do dumb stuff like Bill or Dale. It just kind of it depends. You know, it just depends on the day that they're having.
There you go. It's if it's between them, they're grown-ups, they're men, they're mature, they'll handle it. It's not for us to.
Now, if you ask UCM though, UCM's a Hank guy all the way. You'll never see him defending anyone else on the King of the Hill show.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Why do you not defend anyone on the King of the Hill show?
I mean, you have Bill, who's just pathetic. You have Boomhauer, who's just kind of weird. I mean, he kind of shaped himself up in the latest season, but before that, he was just kind of there. He had like 6 episodes to himself, maybe. And then you have Dale. Dale is someone who's dangerous. Dale is someone who should have been locked away.
I wouldn't say Dale is dangerous. I feel like he's just more of a danger to himself, you know?
And anyone who might be around him.
That's true. He did almost he did sue his friend once and also get him and his friends almost crushed underneath a street.
Exactly.
Be careful who you're friends with, kids. But yes, that is Skywind's riveting King of the Hill commentary. Thank you.
That looks grim in a really good way.
Grim with a capital G.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I really love about the Skywind level design in general is the variation on palettes that we have. Like when you play the original Skyrim, it can feel a little. You get sort of trapped in the sort of greys and the browns and the off yellows of it. Whereas there's so much here that it offers so much different variety, so that when you see something that's grey, it really feels, maybe a little. Okay.
Is there ever a challenge with all that variety? That's the question.
Feels a little bleh.
Wah.
Tiny bit of sunlight there. Yep, that looks good. In a minute, we're gonna add the magic sauce. that makes it all
You
come
know, it'd be a
together.
really dumb stream idea, though.
Let's do the
Like
one.
Trey, you do a Weather Wednesday, but it's like a roulette Weather Wednesday. So every time like there's like a certain goal hit, you have to immediately switch to a different weather type.
That sounds
To work.
terrible. That sounds so inconducive to work.
That's why I said it was a horrible idea. But God, would it be entertaining?
Okay. I feel like I need to pull back the curves.
And one day maybe Dyslexia will even stream something.
I guess that
I'm
needs to
more than
remain
happy to just
black.
ride on the back of everyone else's good work and just offer opinions from afar. Like how if we're going for a British aesthetic over here, I could say you could stand to be a little more, even a little more grotty.
So, all right, it
Even
is
more, huh?
fun
Even
time.
more grotty.
Roddy.
Got a sunlight scale that is way too high. I'm just gonna do 1.
In other news chat, we're currently trying to go for the world record of longest VC time. Currently, we have one VC at 37 hours and 54 minutes of usage.
Yes, at the moment Discord added timers onto how long people are in call. I think it started mostly out of Discord shouldn't know how long we've been sitting in call with each other. This is disgusting and awful, and it very quickly became a case of how high can we get number to go up. So we're currently sitting at it's almost 38 hours, and we're always going to try and keep a couple people in there just to see how high we can boost that number.
Maybe we'll set a world record. Maybe Skywind will be world famous. Who knows?
Trey,
I'm
how dark will the night
Sure,
be?
this has started.
I
Will the
actually
nighttime atmosphere and vibe be different for different regions?
yes, it definitely will. And that again depends on the things I discussed earlier in the stream here. Actually, I would recommend. I don't know if it's still available, but the stream I did last week, I'm not sure on the timestamp, but like somewhere toward the end of the stream, I did discuss some night lighting philosophy. If you want to go check that stream after we're done here, I actually did go over that. And once I get done with this weather, I'll probably take questions like I did on the last stream. And I mean, feel free to ask questions while I'm working now, but when I'm done with this particular weather ID, I'll definitely be able to fully focus on questions. If you want to ask me again, then I can show you some of what I'm thinking about the night lighting and stuff.
We had a fun time towards the end of the stream for those of y'all who missed it, so be careful when you exit a stream. You never know when you'll get some last minute fun.
Yeah. Because will it ever be dark enough? Because I know we want to, in some of our level design, a couple of the level designers have really wanted to use torches as not just an optional item that if you use a torch that actively helps you during your dungeon raiding.
Yeah,
and I don't know if that's the case in the Outworld where having a torch drastically impacts how you choose to play the game.
Yeah, I actually discussed a lot of that exact question in detail in the last stream, and I can go over it again when we're done with this weather. But I think that we have like a nice happy medium in how we approach that issue.
Yeah, because I mean the sky of Tamriel is incredibly bright anyway. There's multiple moons and
I think I'm going to have to approach this differently.
Now, since UCM is here, make sure y'all ask a question to UCM. He is one of our level design leads, so you could ask him some fun stuff.
If you want.
What are you two working on right now?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say. It's a main quest area.
Okay.
I mean,
UCM,
you can say what you're working on, just
okay,
no hints
cool.
and stuff.
And through hints?
Well, I mean, I won't take your Thunder, actually. What are you working on?
Knowledge.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
You can say if you're working on what I remember you're working on. If you hadn't changed in the last hour.
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be very cautious here. I'm doing a
Knowledge.
review for. I'm doing a review for Joe Bosch's books.
Yeah, you can talk about what you're working on because
Yeah.
the fact that these cells exist is not a secret.
You're right.
It's,
Right, guys.
Just to hop in and
I'm working.
quickly say that apparently Heki says that there's going to be different music for day and night. Just to help with the atmosphere of it, which
Oh
I had no
shit!
idea what you were doing.
Hecky's in the chat, people. Clap your
Hey,
hands. Professional streamer Hecky on the scene.
Sorry, yeah, so Jabash's books.
Yeah, Joe Bosch's books. Doing a review of that. So, in reviews, generally means a cell's close to completion. So Skywind is getting finished slowly but surely.
And what are you doing, UCM?
I am working on the Halalu Stronghold.
Ooh.
Rethan
What was
Manor.
that?
I
Rethan
believe.
Manor, yes.
Yep.
Who's Rethan and why are you doing it in his manor? Who knows?
Are you guys more... which grey houses were you?
Telvanni.
Because I think I'm...
Bonnie and Halalu.
Yeah, I think I was the only Hlalu when we last had this conversation.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone say Redoran.
Oh no, a few people have.
Dal
But most people,
will
I think,
go
say...
to the map for veteran, which I don't understand.
I don't understand either, but hey, more power to him.
I mean, I get the crab people aesthetic. Like they are so fantastically unique, but I just find Hlalu's just so fun. And just the cutthroat, conniving, bureaucratic, money grubbing. Oh, they're just wonderfully awful.
Is
I
that
love them.
is that qualities you admire in every person, or just
I
yourself?
absolutely 100%.
Fascinating.
Veteran are just generally like, I understand it's honor and righteous and goodness or whatever. That's boring. No one plays these games to pretend to be the right thing. Just fussing a little bit with some gray area, or just being
The
a
Redoran are
complete
The
cad.
Redoran are basically like the companions of Morrowind.
I think that's a little unfair on the Redoran.
I thought you were going to say it's a little unfair on the computer.
The Redoran aren't that bad.
Do we
I
have
always
any
wonder.
Redoran defenders in chat?
Yeah.
Any
What are people in chat saying?
Yeah. What gray house do you prefer?
And if anyone says sixth house, you're banned.
You're not going to get banned. Dyslexia does not have that power. Do not worry.
Who is House Dress anyway? Who are they
The
supposed to be? I forget.
Slavers.
Ah, right. What, like the Kamanatong or?
No, so the Kamanatong are basically the mafia. They're a completely illegal group that's still threaded throughout Halalu.
Yeah.
Halalu is kind of the legitimate business that is the front for the Kamanatong in a way.
Mm-hmm.
House Dress is a full-on, great house, and Morrowind, Bethesda wanted to include them, but they only had so much time, so they ended up cutting them and House Indoril as
Yes.
joinable factions with characters.
Well, I thought they became the temple in Indoril. Am I wrong about
They
that?
That's only
did
after
kind of
the
they
court.
recycled. Yeah, they kind of recycled Indoril by saying like, yes, Indoril is, represented by the ordinators in the temple who have a outsized membership within the temple. So they're not like one and the same, but basically if each one has a hat, like Hlalu is the business group, Telvanni the wizard group, Redoran the honorable warriors group, then Indoril would be the religious group, like the very religious house, and dress would be the slaver house. It's
Right.
kind of their
And
shticks.
So like
and
the
side dress,
rogue quote unquote
we're not
house.
sure. And side
Not
dress, we don't know what side
even.
dress's deal is.
Because remember, slavery is legal.
Yeah, but if we were to go in terms of, like generic fantasy trope, wizard, fighter, mage,
Mhm.
rogue, all that.
I'd say Halalu is more the rogue and the speechcraft and
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
silver tongue.
Yeah,
Kind of stuff.
you strike me as someone who would join the Halalu if you were in real world Elder Scrolls Dyslexia.
Thank you.
I think you'd be about the business.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that concludes UCM's Nerd Morrowind Lore History Hour.
We're very proud of you.
Thank you.
Please nerd out some more with us next time on the Skywind podcast.
I've been, again, for fun, reading through like the USP wiki, just the library, because when you're playing through ages 5 to 20 even, I just didn't care about, but there was something that like, does this give me a skill point? Fine, I'll pick it up and I'll put it in my bag or whatever, and I'll sell it for money later. But some of the books are just really very fun. They're not like fables, I suppose. Just they're just wonderfully written little fun tales. So many of them. Anyone who hasn't, I'd really recommend going to the USP wiki and just giving a few of them a little browse.
Yeah, give it a little shingwingle. Any other weather questions, people? We're happy to field those and have Trey answer them when he's able. Skywind questions, always welcome, of course. Or maybe just questions about life,
Yeah.
Who knows?
In lieu of no one else asking, how many weather sets do you think you've done, Trey?
Not enough. A lot of the changes that we have been making over the past few months have effectively required me to start over a number of times. But now that we have Hitsuna on the team, I think we're kind of like getting to the point where we're finalized on how the weather's going to work, and the stuff that I'm making now will stick around and not have to be redone.
Right.
Can you describe to us the responsibilities that the weather team has in Skywind?
I don't really know. I've not really thought about it. I mean, I'm there. The weather team is like more of a. No offense to the other guys that are part of the weather group with me, but really for the past year I've almost been the only one that was active here. So in this particular part of the project, so it's hard to know like what the weather team as a whole's responsibility should be. What I've been doing the past year or so is just trying to figure out exactly how I was going to do the weathers. I've been trying to make sure that I can get. I come from an E&B background. Like I was an E&B developer for like, I don't know, at least it's actually been 10 years now, and I had to figure out how to get similar quality out of the game without using E&B. So I've just been spending a year trying to squeeze as much as I can out of this game without external help. And at this point, now that I've kind of figured that out, I'm going to start demonstrating to the other guys that are on the team exactly how I'm doing it, and then we can start kind of fanning out, and maybe we can work on like multiple regions at once that way. I also do a lot of interior lighting template work with UCM. Just trying to make sure that the interior lighting quality is as good as the exterior.
The amount of times
Not
I've
just as
hopped
good,
in
but
and
consistent.
yeah, the amount of times I've hopped in and Trey is saying, no, the torches that still spread too far.
Yeah.
It doesn't even bear repeating.
it's a fun time overall.
Okay, I feel like this is in a good place lighting-wise now. Push that down to
And,
imply the sun a little better.
Dyslexia is here, people. So if you have questions about what the VA process is like or was, since we finished all our VA roles a couple months back,
Yes,
ask
they've
it.
all been
Not
casted.
finished. We cast. We cast them.
Cast, yeah, more accurate.
Important distinction.
Yes, for anyone who doesn't know how the VA process works, is you cast a voice actor, and then you record a few lines for the sound engineering team just to double check to see whether your environment is stable enough, if your sound quality is good enough, if there's any sort of acting notes or whatever, background noise, if it's all stable. And once that all checks out, then you record your lines. And you record your lines, you send it off, and then they'll send it back to you with retakes, and that continues until your lines are good. And then they get put in the completed folder, and then you wait for the sound engineering team to implement them. And implementing, I'm not going to talk on because I'm not one of the sound engineering team, but they have a whole host of other, you have to limit it correctly and make sure it layers well into the sound of the world to make sure it doesn't sound awkward or out of place when people start talking. And you've got to make sure it's all well balanced to make sure it people don't scream at you. And then once that is all done, then the VA process is complete. And currently we have finished casting everyone for all of the roles. And so they are currently recording the first passes of their final scripts. And once that all goes through, and once they've all finished recording their lines, then the VA recording process is done. And then it's just going to be on the sound engineers to slot them into the world and make that all seamless. Which I for one, I'm working with the VA department and seeing how hard, the file cutters, for example, work on some of our lines, and they're always, Lacuna especially, is always on people like, what's going on? How can I help? What is there to do? And the list grows with the amount of voice actors who put things out, and then it shrinks as the file cutters do their job, and it's all very, like an anthill. All the little work is being cut up and done very efficiently. And it's great fun to be a part of.
Now, UCM, what's the level design process look like?
Well, the sort of two, we'll talk about the interior. So basically we've got this board, think of like a Trello board, but it's not Trello, it's another service. But it's a Kanban board basically, if people are familiar with that, where it just sort of goes from column of like to do, in progress, complete. But that's a massive oversimplification of the actual process. It's open, then level designers will claim them, then they go off and they'll work on them, build them up, do clutter passes, get the layout done. But then it goes off to nav mesh, which is a whole other department where a lot of people start to sort of cut their teeth. So if anyone's interested, definitely volunteer for nav meshing. And then from there, it goes through a review process and then QA, and there's really like 20 places that it has to go through, and ultimately gets seen by like 5 or 6 people total, if not more. And then it's finally done. The exterior process, on the other hand, is more, at this stage, more specific locations. Like, one person's working on Red Mountain, one on Azura's Coast, one on the Ashlands. I'm working on Bitter Coast at the moment. But yeah, for consistency, it ends up being kind of one person to a region, generally.
Thank you, UCM.
Thank you, Marco.
Why?
Seemed appropriate.
Okay. Anyways, chat, if you have any other questions, please feel free to speak them. We're here
Will
for you.
Skywind's night sky have its own new texture, or the vanilla one from Skyrim will be kept?
It is not using the vanilla one.
We are using the vanilla one.
We are not.
No, we're not.
Yes. I believe it's the case that we're not using a single asset from Skyrim? Question mark? I could be wrong
We
on that.
do use the vanilla moons, but I have modified the vanilla moon textures.
I was gonna say here and there, a few, mostly textures, really, and a few models. But it's I couldn't give you like a full accounting off the top of my head, but it is very, very, very limited.
Mm. Once you're happy with the lighting, could we perhaps have a look at like a clear night sky and see what?
Yeah, we can do that. Just to remind me when all done with
Yeah,
this.
sure. Well, when you're doing your weather, I mean, to me, this very much looks like a game of like 0.1 percentage point is about what looks and feels natural. Because I don't have an eye for this sort of thing, so I'm just looking at you, saying like this looks good. Oh, he's changed it. It still looks good. It looks different, but it still looks good. So what are you trying to pay attention to when you're doing this?
Feel until it feels correct to me, pretty much. I'm not even hunting for one thing in particular. I adjust something and then I look at it and I'm like, what feels wrong about it? And then I try to fix what feels wrong more than trying to go for something. I am trying to fix what doesn't look right. It can be a bit difficult to even pinpoint why something doesn't look right. So you have to just experiment until you start going in the direction that you're actually looking for.
And do you look at all of the other weathers when you're done to make sure they keep some sort of stylistic consistency, shall we say?
Not really. What I'm going for is something that looks realistic, and if every weather achieves that goal, then all of them will look correct together.
Right.
You can definitely tell that the same person made the current weather IDs, because it's not really style's probably not really the word, because what I'm going for is like I try to make something look as natural as I can, and you can kind of see that borne out in my work on the weathers here.
Mm-hmm.
What's this? Interesting. Okay.
Yes, and speaking of weather as well, I mean, not only are you, there's a weather mod which I can't remember the acronym for. I was talking with a couple of modding friends, like an ESB or something.
I'm not sure.
ENB?
ENB, perhaps, maybe, because you're making ENBs alongside this as well, aren't you?
I'll eventually start working on an unofficial one, but that work can't really begin until I have the weathers made.
Mm-hmm.
Way to assume dyslexia.
And importantly, I have to reiterate again, since the subject came up, Skywind is being designed to not need ENB. You can see I'm running without ENB here. This is all vanilla. I'm making sure that everything works without it before I touch ENB, and the ENB is something I do on my own time. It's not really related to the Skywind project. That's my personal thing that I'll be doing. It'll be unofficial, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we do want we want Skywind to be as quick and easy to install as possible, as few, if any, dependencies as we can possibly get. And ENB or community shaders, anything like that, would be a dependency that we're wanting to avoid out of the box. Obviously, people will be able to modify, create ENBs or community shaders for Skywind, but they won't be required.
Becky says that apparently Zik says we have a few rocks and stuff because there's not really much point in modeling like a random rock, but most other assets are.
Oh yeah, our cliffs. That's right, cliffs
Yes.
and a lot of mountains.
Well, if Zix is telling you Hecky, maybe he should come in here, Maybe we'll get a Zix surprise. That'd be cool. Or maybe not.
Zix is. I think Zix deserves at least like 1 day of rest. He's working. Bless his little cotton socks. He doesn't stop working.
His cotton socks.
He's a workhorse. That man is a rock, but not the rock. Without
He is
Zix,
not
what
called
is
Dwayne.
Yeah.
Chap just said, apparently we have an original Morrowind and Skyrim Devon chat who just wants to say, looking good.
Oh my
Keep up
god,
the good work.
Worm God. Hello.
Whoa. Oh,
Worm God,
Wow.
thank you so much. That
Thank you.
that does my heart good.
that's a big
Yeah.
that's a big compliment.
Speaking of
Yeah,
Worm
so
God,
Thank you so
you must
much.
ask what you were working on in
That's a little
You know?
forward, man.
I mean, listen, I'm a little starstruck. I mean, I can't not ask.
Let's not dogpile the poor person here. All right.
I'm not asking for autographs yet, but
Yeah. Watch out, Worm God. Dyslexia's out here. He's going to be bringing out the ballpoint pen and his very special parchment.
I have a Sharpie at the ready, and my chest is bare.
Okay, great.
Worm
Soon
God.
afterwards.
So speaking of being an original Morrowind dev, I have to say I couldn't do any of this without this tool that my friend made that allows real-time editing in the game. Did you happen to know the person who made the original weather for Morrowind? Because my heart goes out to that person for like the back and forth and creation kit that you had to do. Of course,
this is before
and in
creation.
Skyrim.
That was construction. That's construction.
Yeah. Construction kit is what it's called. Yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe it wasn't as bad then. I would imagine that the construction kit rendering and the game rendering were 1 for 1.
I would imagine something similar to like Quake or Hammer Engines and weather system. Maybe a little different.
Our heart goes out to Matt there. Definitely.
Wormgod, are you in the Skywind Discord? There are there's some screenshots in there where I actually went to actually started a new game on Xbox, the original Xbox. And I wanted to take a look at like how the original weather at the beginning of the game in Seydenheim looks. And then I tried to sort of replicate the vibe of that here on Skywind. There's some screenshots in there somewhere. If you're in there, just ping me, and when I get off of stream, I can like point that picture comparison out to you. Yeah, no worries then. I understand. Discord is rough.
Yeah.
Well, we're thankful that you decided to pop in here for a bit then. It's very appreciated.
So, to everyone in the chat, not just the goat Worm God here, how is everyone feeling about this light fog weather? Is there anything that looks off that I should adjust?
It looks very moist.
That is good for the Bitter Coast.
It is. Kind of reminds me of the fog I'd see in Seattle when I was staying there once upon a time. Could you maybe make it a little, like, less light gray, more dark gray in some spaces?
Well, it's the light fog, so it's supposed to, like, some of the sunlight's
Oh, it's
supposed
the
to be
light
coming through.
fog. Got it. Yeah, no, I like this then. I got no comment.
Yeah. I definitely think, I
feels
know
good.
I've talked about it before, but I definitely like that it feels like it's that nice middle ground of that foggy feeling that everyone remembers from Morrowind, but in a modern sense, not just render distance because of 2002 technology.
Yeah.
Trey, we got a friend in chat. Weather Painter Ashley says 4 out of 10, too much fog. IGNs.
Yeah.
I think 4 out of 10, not enough fog if we're going for the authentic Morrowind experience.
Oh, this is light fog. I'm actually feeling that maybe the fog is a bit too heavy for a light fog, but then I remember what my intentions are for the heavy fog, and this is actually not all that heavy. So.
JRL Super asks if the sky is too bright. What time of day is this supposed to be?
This is noon.
Just noon.
Yeah, so...
It's high noon. I haven't thought of Overwatch in
I
years.
think maybe, actually, I need to brighten upper sky just a bit. Let that kind of blow out some. And then also lift this. Just need to look at how that looks. Because by doing that, I can kind of imply that, like, the sky overhead is really getting illuminated by the sunlight.
Mm.
And I
think
like
this is really
that.
interesting.
I like that dark horizon and the brighter upper sky. Kind of like the vibe there.
Mm. I think this is something which is quite interesting, where you live in the real world might affect how you design weather as well. Because if you were, living in the UK, or if you were living in Turkey, or if you were living in America, East or West Coast, that will still very much affect how you think of weather and your preconceived biases of how things will affect.
Right.
How bright things may or may not be.
So
I still just love that Bardau. I love that Bardau.
Just gotta like
it's a pretty good bar.
hint that it's there with the sky here.
Mm.
There we go. Now it's like it's visible, but it's just kind of there.
I wonder who made that Bardau. I'm sure he's a really cool guy.
Super cool, even.
His name is Super Cool Zix.
I'm still trying to recover from an original Morrowind dev seeing my work live on stream. Was not prepared for that.
There you go.
I'm
Right?
I am humbled.
I could not say. Oh.
Does weather will weather quality, how will it be affected by the I suppose the level of graphics fidelity that you choose to play with?
What I'm doing,
play with like low quality.
I mean,
ultra.
We are using like the Skyrim Special Edition volumetric lighting extensively, like very heavily. I would not recommend turning it down because that could drastically affect the quality. But at the same time, if we're all going to be honest with ourselves, the original Skyrim came out in 2011. It was designed to run on the 360 and the PS3. Special Edition came out in like 2015 or 16, and we're nearly 10 years on from that. Everybody's rig should be able to run Skywind just kind of maxed out vanilla. Like I don't really see it being a problem. I don't think anybody's going to need to turn it down, to be honest.
My go-to answer has always been if you can do modded Skyrim, you should be able to do Skywind.
Yeah, that's effectively what Skywind is. It's just modded Skyrim. So. Heavily modded, but still, underneath all of this, Skyrim is still what is the platform for Skywind. It's, it's running on top of the engine that Bethesda used to run Skyrim. So if you can run modded Skyrim, like he said, you can run this, no problem. Okay, so
yes, actually says apparently everyone sees color, weather, and lighting slightly differently. And JRL Super immediately afterwards saying he's colorblind. So yeah, that sounds about right.
Aren't we all colorblind?
Okay, maybe I need a bit more sunlight.
There's a performance cost of 0.2 to 0.8 frames a second.
By the way, if people were unaware, Ashley is also another one of the weather people on Skywind, so say hi.
Hey, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Outside Nicopole says the region probably needs a bit more brown, like an OG Morrowind version of Bitter Coast. But maybe it's more about the grass and the texture of the terrain? Question mark. What do you have to say to that, Trey?
I'm not really the one that controls how the landscape looks. That would be more of the level design team. And I mean, UCM, if you're there, you could probably speak better to this, but Skywind is not really meant to necessarily be like a one-to-one representation of all of the visual style of the original Morrowind. It's a remake, not a remaster, right? So what we're trying to do is make sure that we match the vibe of the original, but we update it to modern standards as much as this iteration of the creation engine will allow us to do. And so
also, there's a lot of brown that does exist in the game. Like, you're looking at a particularly green section of Satanine of Bitter Coast, but not too far to the north is the West Gash, which is very arid, very brown.
This, I suppose, would be a very interesting question for someone like, hypothetically, Wormgod, where I would be very interested to know in the original development of Morrowind how many things were cut for the sake of time or for the sake of making sure it actually ran properly, was capable of being released at a certain time, and so how much of their original quote-unquote vision was marred by extraneous factors. But what we do now is, I think, from what I've seen, very, very, it still feels very much like the Morrowind, like the sort of the Morrowind I remember it being, playing at 10 years old.
I was going to say, the game that I remember playing, that
Yes.
it looked like to little me.
But obviously we can't answer that. We're just...
Yeah, of course.
Taking a game that we all love playing and are trying to do it justice.
Also, at the risk of sounding really douchey, and I don't mean it that way, it's absolutely impossible for Skywind to please everyone with 100% of the assets. But the good thing about this is it is just modded Skyrim. So when Skywind comes out, it's just as moddable as Skyrim was. So people can adjust their load order and make this game world look exactly as they want, the same as Skyrim. So you don't have to worry if there's something in there that you don't like. It's not a big deal. Either you can or someone will eventually make a different option, and it's easy to replace the same as the original Skyrim.
This is merely our interpretation.
Yes.
I feel like we're in a good place now on this weather. So this bringing the sunlight up seemed to be the key. So this feels, kind of sunny, but also really foggy and misty.
Muggy and love it.
So I think we're good with this time of day. So now the fun part begins. My favorite times of day are sunrise and sunset. Because magic happens with the volumetric lighting and the different sun color. So,
would it be all right if we just have a quick look at night before we go into sunset and?
Yeah,
sunrise?
I'll have to save this. We'll have to go to a different weather ID.
Right, just so we can look at the skybox before moving on to.
Okay, this weather's gonna look broken when I go to night, so you have to ignore that for a second. Let's do this right here. There is the custom stars. This weather's not complete, by the way. It just shows off the... this looks broken. You have to ignore that, but this is what the night sky looks like. This was made by a friend of mine, Trey, who donated these assets to us. Star assets.
What's the weirdest weather you've worked on for Skywind so far?
I mean, that's definitely always going to be like the blight and the ash storms. Those are very difficult to get looking correct.
Am I allowed to talk a little bit about what you've implemented in that?
You can, but like a lot of what I implemented was just experimentation, so it'll probably change quite a bit.
Okay, so like the red lightning storms, for example.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff. That may or may not stay. It just depends on how it goes. I'm not so much focused on what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish all of the normal weathers for all of the regions first, and then I'm going to treat the ash and blight storms as like their own quote unquote region, and as far as how I organize it, right? So the ash storms and the blight storms, those are all like their separate category that I want to do all at once to ensure that they're consistent in the way they look across the whole island. Because if I do them now, like let's say I go through all of the Bitter Coast and then I do a Bitter Coast variation on the Ash and Blight Storm, by the time I finish all the other regions, I may decide that I wanted to do something totally different and have to go back and redo all the Ash Storms anyway. So I'm pushing them out to last because it's important that those look as impressive and terrifying as oppressive as possible, and I want to touch them last when my skill level is at its highest from all the practice. If that makes sense.
And obviously, all this is still very much a work in progress. So
Yes.
this
weather is like
decide.
Yeah, this particular weather I just loaded up is pretty much broken and not at all the way the nights should look, but it does show off the moon and the custom stars. So hopefully the person who asked about that is happy with the way the sky looks at night. So let's hop back over to here. Let's go to again. And we'll go back.
Do you want to do sunset first or sunrise?
Probably going to do sunset, but let's go to a different town while we do it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go to Hala'od.
God, I love Hard. Just how crappy it is, how beaten and run down and broke the Braville of Morrowind.
This light fog
That's
kind of
very
almost feels like
disappointing.
it's raining in the distance because of how dark that is over there. That was not intended, but I'm good with it. I think we're going to hang on to that. That looks really nice looking off into there. Okay, so we are in Hala'od. All right. Let's go this way, and now prepare for everything to look horribly broken. We're going to do sunrise. 6,
Can't wait.
8.
Can't wait.
And there we go, horribly broken. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy over all of the noon settings and then iterate on them from that. That's generally the quickest way to do it. And then we also need to load up sunrise volumetrics and sunrise image space. Let's go here. I believe this is sunrise image space. Okay. Nope, that is daytime. Here's sunrise. Get that out of my face. And sunlight skill over here, I think I just did one.
If you want some insult involving Cloud, Fat Legs, I think is a very good place to start.
No. No.
That. And we'll come back to... What? How? How is this loaded up twice?
I can think of something heinous to say about Hala'od. You could call them fishmongers, because that's all they are here.
There we go.
Did I load the wrong one? Weird. That's bizarre. Okay, well, whatever. Be like that.
ECM, what's your favorite area in Skywind?
I'm very partial to the West Gash. I like that
Fair.
area a lot.
Fair. It's a good area.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Dyslexia?
I do not have access to the build, so I couldn't tell you.
Give this man access.
Sunlight not coming up.
Hashtag free dyslexia, guys. Let's get it going.
But in terms of like Morrowind, I've always had a very particular fondness for Dagon Fell, And kind of just the Sheogorad region in general. It just feels so unique to me. And, walking around, clearly a village built on the ruins of at least 3 different civilizations that came before. It just feels really special.
Hmm.
1 second, I've got to check Discord here.
Mm-hmm.
Pla-oafs. Oofs.
Oafs.
Close.
That would be one.
Listen, man, if you come from Pla-Oad, I'm just saying you probably don't got the biggest IQ to make it out in Vivek or Pelagiad.
In the big city.
Yeah, you wouldn't survive out there.
Unfortunately, I think I actually need to head out. Been great hanging with you guys. Sorry I have to pop out a little early.
Good
But
evening.
I'll be around next week, probably.
Yep, see ya.
Excellent.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, UCN.
Later on, y'all.
Thus goes a righteous warrior, and thus only we are left.
That's why. No wonder.
07.
I've got to go somewhere else. Let's see. Do this. It's because we
Meanwhile,
have...
we have dyslexia, and that's all that matters.
And maybe not the only thing that matters. Like at least a couple other things might matter. But it is
Right.
certainly a big one, I'll give you that.
Like scones. Scones matter a lot. Love me some scones.
Yeah, Narmok has one functional building.
Yeah.
Plao doesn't even have that. Narmok is leaps and bounds ahead of you.
Okay,
Well,
sun's
okay,
coming
here's
from
what I'll
over
say.
there.
Here's what I'll say to that. You may be a Hla-Oaf, that you may make fun of Narmok, but at least you're not Saran. Actually, no, not Saran. Margan. There you go, Margan.
What's wrong with Morgan?
Whoever thinks about Margan, dude?
I think about Morgan. There's an
No
awful
one
lot to think
cares.
about in Morgan.
No one cares about Margan. They're like the North Dakota of Skywind.
Can you explain that to a Brit?
They're just irrelevant.
There we go. That's
Okay.
pretty. We have the
So it's like Voss.
sun rays.
Yes.
It's coming from this direction. What? That's incorrect. This direction.
That's a fun question for chat. Chat, what's your least favorite region in all of base game Morrowind?
I'd probably say the area in and around Red Mountain, just because there's just no escape from all the cliff races and and it's never not storming, so it just takes forever to run anywhere you want to go.
Fair enough. Alright, I also
You can
have
beat up
to
a danger anywhere.
I also have to dip, but I will be right back.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
wonderful. Have a good one.
Bye.
Where is this? This is Zafir Bell Bay.
It's just you and me now.
I am happy to keep you company for as long as you need it.
Let's see.
This is just a skill issue, Argyle. If you're just able to just level your acrobatics, it's not a problem anymore. Argyle can't jump. Yeah.
I heard Argyle was a loser, but I can't confirm if that's real or not.
Oof. Oof. Big words. Big words. No, like bars fine. I mean, I think there are some areas that just suffer from lack of quests, really. Like something like Old Velothi is a bit of a hassle to get to, but if you do there are a couple of Redderunner quests up there that make it worth going to. Something like Molagmar really doesn't have enough going on in terms of storyline for it to be worth the trip to get there. Similarly with Voss. I mean, going to Tel Voss is kind of the only reason to go to Voss in the first place.
Okay, I think we're going to have to swap over to Sunset.
Sure.
And then...
what's the different things you need to pay attention to for sunset and sunrise?
Well, in this game, I kind of treat them mostly identically color-wise. The reason why people tend to believe that the sunset is a different color than sunrise is because in the modern day, it's kind of true. So the reason that sunset seems to be a little more red than sunrise is, according to my understanding, because of modern air pollution. So people work during the day, and the air just gets like a lot of particulates in it from like all of the driving and all of the modern activity. Whereas,
oh dude, I live in London, you don't need to tell me. Whereas
the sunrise, there's less activity during the night, so when the sun comes up, there's less of that in the air, and so you get like it's less red at sunrise. But even in the modern day, like if you go somewhere out in the country, like the color is really similar. The main difference is that there's like often like a morning dew, because the temperature difference between sunrise and sunset can often be pretty high in the summer. So what I tend to do is I don't consider, Nirn, the planet that we're on in this game, to be modern world. There's no electricity or anything like that. So I kind of just treat them the same. And then for the morning, I tend to like maybe amp up the mist a little bit. And that's the main difference. Check Discord again. Okay. Fine. Right, yep, that looks totally broken, but that's okay. We're going to fix it.
What does run those lights of those Derma? Because they've all got like, are they perpetual motion machines or some equivalent?
This is
or do they run off
of
like
right
geothermal energy or something? Because they've all got like lava pits and.
This I need to. The sunset, and we're just going to pull down the scattering. Contribution a lot. There we go.
That's true.
That's starting to
look true graphics.
Quite gorgeous. And we're just going to crank it to the point of almost clipping, but not quite.
Yeah. I do feel like dawn and dusk do have I associate dawn much more sort of lighter pastels. For sunset, I associate a lot more with deeper.
Yeah, and that's
vivid.
just that's all just modern air pollution that has made the color different. The temperature can do it too, but
yep.
In an older place like this, I kind of just treat them the same usually.
The graphics mentions that there was an old saying, sort of red sky at night, sailor's delight, red in the morning, sailor's warning. So there was, and this was before pollution. Billy Fighter says, what about volcano pollution? Are we doing special weathers around Red Mountain?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that will be, obviously, the ash and the blight storms, of course, but I believe some of our weather sets will be affected on whether, Red Mountain is erupting or not.
Good with that. Now I want to bring up the sun a little bit. Must be hidden behind. Test this as the time changes. Oh, it's right there. Okay. So here. So there we go. Beautiful. And we don't want it too visible because that's fog. Just a bit. Back down to blend that in some.
Nicopol asks, will the weather and lighting overall be optimized for stealth detection balance, like in the Raid Weathers mod?
Yeah, so every weather, I'm taking that into account. AI detection is important, but that's really controlled by, for the most part. There are other aspects to it, but for the most part, the most important thing in the weather is this ambient level. And that's something that I'll tune after the weathers are visually done.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the most important thing as far as the weather is concerned for AI detection is this single ambient value here. How bright that is determining how well the AI can detect you in shadow.
I think it's fair to say a lot of like the balance in general is I think the last thing that we're going to be doing. So we haven't a lot of things like in our current build has yet to be optimized for that.
Yep.
But yeah. Is there a thing when it comes to designing weather that you find it's surprisingly, finicky?
Yeah, so the way this works is very buggy in Skyrim, this directional ambient system. It's very buggy. And you kind of have to like work around some of its bugs. So if you'll notice, like if I put this, so this is the sunset direction, and because I've got the sky like glowing that color in that direction, I want this indirect light to kind of take on the color of that sky, because even though we're not in direct sunlight, you'd expect this to bounce onto it, right? So if I do that and I say the opposite direction, I just want it gray. Well, it's not gray. Notice the game made it blue, right? And that's a bit of an annoying problem. So the only way to fix it is just to make sure that the opposite direction is also that color, darker, and then I have to adjust it so that it looks neutral, even though the color is not neutral. It's a bit finicky and irritating, but that's the way you work around the problem.
Right.
So you can see right here, like even though we're in shadow, this side of this barrel is dark and this side is taken up.
Would you say in general the creation kit tool is a good tool when it comes to designing weathers, or is it something that you have to sort of work against rather than work around rather than work with, if that makes sense?
Getting this right in creation kit would probably be pretty difficult, because we use the filmic tone mapper. So there's two different tone mappers that Skyrim can use. You can use the one that the vanilla game uses, or you can switch it to filmic, and that's something you can do in the eye. The problem with that is I don't think there's a way to make the CK show that. So a good majority of the time, the changes that we make in creation kit visually won't match what is seen in game, which is why a tool like Create here, which allows me to adjust this in real time, is so valuable. And
Ashley says they tried editing CK weather once and they ended up editing a tree instead.
yeah. So get down here, try 72. Stop this over here. That. Okay, that feels good. I think we're gonna go with that. When you do all this right, like, it looks very striking. Yeah. With all that said, I need to decide how much this I want. If I do that, that becomes very striking, but I think take a little bit of the top of the sky here. Let's put this color. Desaturate it some. Supplement that. Still need to edit the image space here for this time of day.
Creal asks, what's the range for contrast values you use in image spaces overall? Asking for an ENB tweaking friend.
I personally don't believe that contrast should be used in ENB at all. Not from the image space. When I'm building an ENB, none of this matters to me. In my own shader code, like I completely ignore saturation, brightness, and contrast. Completely ignore it. If for example, like saturation was important, that's the only thing that I would pay attention to. But the thing is, like, if you set up your ENB shader code right, you can set up these values manually on the ENB shader side, so you can like desaturate if you want to. I don't bother with tint, contrast, brightness, saturation hardly ever. If I do tint, I don't even do the code the same way the game does, because I don't love the fact that if I push this up, not only does it like tint toward the color, it desaturates the image underneath. I just don't love the way that works. So I use it. I use it when I'm building these weathers because it's the only tool that I have. But for ENB, I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to the image space.
Are there some things that you want to keep, consistently constant, or consistent as,
No,
a normal person might say, yeah. Like, so let's say, for example, like you would intend everything to be completely balanced on the saturation front, so you have, a level of consistency overall on all your weathers, or that sometimes you will play a little bit with the saturation.
No, not really. I don't really have static settings that I use like for all the weathers or anything like that sort of sits the same. I don't really have anything like that. In interiors, it's a little more important to be consistent. We're gonna go icon right this here. 5. Let's scale of 1.
Hypothetically, how many of these settings do you generally check? Like, if you only had are there some tools that do the jobs that none of else will do? Like, for example, like saturation, for example, if you just chose brighter colors with that, could you make weather work regardless? Or do you need saturation to fulfill a specific?
I tend to not push
like that,
saturation
like
beyond
trees.
1 unless I'm using tint. And I only use it to compensate for the fact that tint takes color out of the image. So if I was to push this up, that desaturates, so then I'm going to saturate underneath to compensate. But never am I going to have no tint and then just do this awful nuclear garbage here. Ideally, I'm sticking saturation at 1 almost always. If I need to desaturate, I'll still leave it at 1 and just do that with the tint, since the tint kind of already does that. So.
Right. So where did you cut your teeth when it came to weather designing?
I have a background as a colorist in Hollywood. I don't really work in that industry anymore, but I'm used to manipulating digital images and color, and I just naturally was able to figure a lot of this out on my own. Just having those base skills helped. And also, like, being willing to like Google something if you don't know the answer to how something should work.
If you don't mind me asking, what was it like working in Hollywood?
It sucked. That's why I don't work in Hollywood anymore. I really hate the industry. I enjoyed the work, but hated the industry.
Hmm. That's fairly consistent from what I've heard from other people. What was it? Did you live in LA back then as well?
No, God, I would never. I had friends that did, but definitely not me. I did visit sometimes, but generally I would just, if I had to go out there, I would fly out there, I'd visit, and then it'd be gone. In the course of my work, I was in actual LA like maybe 4 or 5 times total. I tried my best to avoid the place like the plague. I'm not a big LA fan.
Yeah. Yes. Gosh, imagine having to live in a place like Hollywood, Argyle.
Yeah, Argyle. Oof.
Sorry, I'm just casually doxing Argyle right now. But it's I've heard very mixed things about
Argyle lives like
LA, the city.
He has like the Hollywood sign like in his front yard. He lives right there at the sign.
He lives inside the Y.
Yeah. Oh no, he lives inside the L.
Mm.
One of
Which
them.
one?
One of them. Probably the last one.
Mm.
Okay, I'm alright with that. Sorry. Oh, one was okay. So we're gonna go with that. Time is it in game here? Time does it need to be? 19.25 is actual sunset time.
What?
Hello, Ash.
Hello.
How do?
Good. Kind of.
Wonderful.
Sort of.
Mm-hmm. Coming to help Trey with his weather.
No, just watching.
Mm-hmm.
Bit strong.
What do you think?
Yeah. Needs more CS.
What have you been working on, Ash?
My own stuff, mostly. And doing some just kind of brainstorming how I want to do the Mount Can't? What was his name, I think? Weathers. I have a general idea. So I'm probably gonna do them very fast. And then move on to the next weathers. On Saturday we will decide how we're gonna do it, what each person will be working on. I'm probably gonna be the one who does like all the more fantasy style weathers. Because that's simply what I'm good at.
By fantasy style weathers, you mean?
So I would say like the Blight Storms, so everything that is not in real life, essentially, what I describe it. Or that is so far attached from real life that it's not a thing.
Okay. So that's something like Mount Can't, for example.
Yeah. So an entire cave out of volcano that transitions into an ice cave, into like a storm cave, that doesn't really exist in real life, and that's my specialty.
Yes, I think I saw.
Yeah,
what's his name? God, Ziggy working on it. I think it's Ziggy working on it. No,
I think I don't remember myself. I've been waiting for them because last time I heard they were gonna be reworked. Because I already did like the Fire Mount Count weather, at one time. I think like last December or something. But since they have been reworked, or if that's still ongoing, I don't know. I've been kind of waiting on that. And because I'm busy with my own stuff. Yeah.
I have a question I think I can answer rather, from Super. A general Skywind question. Has the voiceover mastering team found a way to speed up progress? The road so far video painted a very bleak picture. I'm not pessimistic about it. In terms of things that need to be done in Skywind, I think while there's still a decent amount of work to do on that front, the way that progress currently is going, I do not think it will be the last thing to be completed. So I'm fairly sure in the grand scope of everything, even if progress were to continue at its current rate, it will still be done in good time. In comparison to everything else that may or may not need to be done. But again, Heki is definitely one of the better people to ask about this, and as we see, we have optimized since. I'm just trying to think of examples of what other fantasy weather there is in Morrowind. So obviously we've got, the Blight Storms and the Ash Storms. They're a classic. We've got Internals of Mount Cand. Are we doing anything particular in like Dwemer fortresses? Any sort of blacklight kind of things, or?
No idea.
Yes.
I never played Morrowind.
Mm-hmm.
I know next to nothing out of Morrowind. The only thing I know about Morrowind is like from challenge runs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how like everything was, but I can assume that there are gonna be some world space interior locations which do use weathers, so similar to Blackreach.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a guess right now. So, but yeah, but I don't know out of from my brain if there's any more fantasy weather besides Blightstorm, Mount Cant, and others.
Mm-hmm. Or at the very least, nothing that we can talk about.
Yet, I guess.
Yes, yet. Mm-hmm.
But if there's any more, that's my job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It definitely is a difficult job, but again, we have a lot of talented, very hardworking people working on the entire thing.
Honestly, I don't think it's going to be difficult in itself, because I generally have like an idea how a weather should look.
Mm-hmm.
For like Blight is like this very, very red, like saturated red,
mm-hmm.
With a mix of like gray tones because of all the dust.
Mm-hmm.
So I already have like a basic idea. The hard part is gonna be making it for vanilla weathers or for like vanilla lighting, because I have been doing only EMB for 5 years now, and I have no idea how vanilla works. I mean, I do know how vanilla works, but not how it actually interacts with the tone mapping, the post-processing bloom, whatever.
Yeah. Maybe a question for you, Trey. Nicopol is asking, will there be strong storms with heavy rain, loud thunder, and lightning?
That already exists.
In what regions?
Definitely Bitter Coast. It really just depends on like what we determine as far as like what the general humidity levels for a given region are, and that's not set in stone yet. We're still working that out amongst ourselves. But honestly, you can probably just imagine in your head the area that you would expect there to be heavy rain. There will probably be heavy rain.
Mm-hmm.
There's already one storm that we did show off We showed it off in the recent stream that we did for God, what was that event? It was like a charity stream, right? What was the event?
Recreation Con or
Yeah,
ModCon.
we demonstrated that toward the end of the stream with Creation Con, but then we also did a showcase video recently this past year in 2025 that also showcased the storm at night, and it had like all the lightning flashes and all that good stuff.
There you go. So if you'd like to see it, just hop onto the end of Creation Con stream and demonstration. Will storms affect gameplay in the same way that, you know, night and day affect stealth? So let's say for you're running into the wind that will slow you down, or running against the wind it will speed you up.
Yeah, that already happens. That already occurs. Yep. So it does affect it. Look at that lovely water. It's a lot of work to get that right too. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. Check how it transitions into daylight. Let's start pulling it back. Let's get over here. Yeah, that looks really nice. That's kind of pretty there. Okay, let's start pulling this back. Let's take a look at this.
Carlos Sirion wants to know how it will look where the tax guy is lying. Well, this is Hla'o. This is the wrong village. But if you want to get a lovely little scenic cinematic shot of Processor Vitellius lying in,
Yeah, we can take a look in a moment.
State. Yeah. Is he implemented? Do we have a corpse?
I do not know, actually. Is anybody in the stream that would know?
Oh, we could hop over once you're done.
Yeah, just look up where I need to go, so I can.
I can guide you there.
Okay.
Or at least where he should be.
So that's quite pretty. Now let's check how this transitions into daylight. So, there's a bit of an oddity there I'll have to look into. I actually like how it looks during the day. It kind of feels like there's like a rainstorm in the distance. Okay. So that's fine. So now the trick is I just need to mostly mirror what I did for sunset over to sunrise. And then I'll tweak it as needed. Just pop all of this over. And then take this to 6.78 is the sunrise time. Yep, that's lovely. We've got this nice indirect light because the sun is blocked by the mountain over here. Or the little ridge line there. And then as I pull it up, we should... Yep. See the sun kind of breaking through as I move. Let's see the sun rays. Yep, that's wonderful.
Yes, I think the Storm Matriarchs look wonderful as well. I think it's Lavarg and Jade Tower worked on the art for that, and I think Erkenstaff, who's our 3D lead, was responsible for the implementation of that as well. So
now one of the
work.
differences between... Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were done. I got some lag.
I can shut up. It's fine.
No, go ahead. What were we saying?
That's fine. I was just thanking our developers who made the Storm Atronach.
Okay.
Atronach, however you pronounce it. I'm done. All you.
So another difference between sunset and sunrise is I tend to like want to make the sunrise feel a little mistier. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this near fog value up a little bit. Not that much, but I just need to get the color in there. And now it just feels a little foggier in the morning because maybe the temperature is lower, right? So now as we transition day into sunset. And the reason we're not getting that intense orange here is because the sun is back here behind all of this. If the sun was not blocked, we would see something that looks similar to this extreme orange from the sun's direct light. Okay, so at the moment, I think all of the daylight settings look pretty good. So now we're going to go to my favorite part of a foggy weather, which would be the nighttime. And it's going to look broken, so we have to ignore that for the moment.
Ooh. I don't mind it. That looks very much like, I don't know, very Darnassus vibes.
Somehow it just got really confused with these. It's like assigning the wrong one. It's strange. But we'll just work with it for now. Get rid of that. All of that's okay. Color. And get rid of that. We're not worried about that yet. Okay, so now we can get to it here. First thing we want to do at night is determine the color of our linear bits black. Saturation here. Color was.
Can you remind me what the yellow sap on those trees are?
You're asking the wrong fella. I'm not entirely sure. That
Yeah,
was before my time.
Argyle for this. Argyle, Lorehead. What's going on there?
Lorehead.
Yes, Lorehead, Lorebeard, lore everything. Lore head, lore shoulders, lore knees, and lore toes.
Ooh.
Don't. We're not.
You knew you made a mistake as soon as it...
Yes.
Oh God, what have I done?
We're not going to go into that now.
Nope, we are not. Let's bring this up.
Apparently it's not a lore choice, it's just artistic interpretation. It look cool. And I agree, it do look cool. I don't know if Morrowind certainly doesn't have like a hist thing going on, but I wonder if there is some sort of magic infused flora somewhere around. Sly Glitches says, "Damn, this looks great." Thank you, Sly. I'll let Trey know. Trey, apparently this looks great.
It's not there yet, but thank you. We're getting there, slowly but surely.
Older Skywind designs tended to make bigger departures from the source material, and the Bitter Coast was one of the first regions worked on. There you go. Crayal asks, do the Skyblivion devs have the same tool for weathers?
This tool is public. You can get it on Nexus Mods. I'm not actually sure what the Skyblivion guys use. They could use this if they wanted to. Anyone can, really. You can just get it on the Nexus. It's called Create. Go ahead, settings. You can see how it's spelled here. All right, time to bring up our ambient levels. And we're gonna...
It all looks rather intuitive. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Yeah.
The tool itself looks good.
So already we're getting a good appearance here. I think I need to pull down actually the intensity of the moonlight. It needs to just kind of barely be there. And then I need to bring the ambient level up. Like that. Try 92. Feels okay. It's not bad. Okay. Let's start filling these out. Initially,
Nicopol asks, will the NPCs react to the weather? At least take shelter from the storms?
We've talked about that. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to implement it, but it's something we definitely do want to do. We've talked about it internally. So my answer is I hope so. Probably so. But that's not implemented at the moment.
So don't take our word for it.
Yeah.
It's still to be decided. But we would like for it to be a thing. There are VA lines for hiding from Blightstorms. That is correct. Yes. But whether they sort of comment on it in a sort of Skyrim fashion, whereas they actually react to it, is another. Yeah, I'm not a coder. I'm not entirely sure how one would break someone's, because I believe every NPC has a 24-hour routine. So how it might break from the routine, so they hide from a storm and then fall back into the routine. I don't know how difficult that may or may not be to do. But again, I'm just a pretty face. Yeah, that's true. I'll just stand there, look pretty, hold the signs up, and let Trey do the actual work on the project.
Oops. Flipped on the wrong thing.
Is the moon a little bright, do you think?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But we're gonna...
So when you do weather, is there anything you focus on first and build up from? Or like when you do your weather, like how do you decide what the good base place to start would be before you start affecting everything else?
I'm sorry, I'm not actually sure what you're asking.
So when I suppose it's sort of like if you're doing a painting, what you do is you lay a foundation first, and then you do your outline of what the painting's going to look like, and then you build upwards from there. when it comes to weather, what is your foundation? What do you start with, and then what do you do to affect the rest of it?
I don't really have a base. The first thing I do when I'm like building a new weather is I'll black all of these out, because these are the first thing that you have to set up. Is I'll black these out, and then I'll get the sunlight level right here set, and then once that's done, I can work on the rest. But generally, the weather when I first start on it is kind of a mess up color. I just have to fix it, one thing at a time. I don't really have a starting point. I suppose I could make one, but that takes as much time as actually building a weather, so I'm not sure if I'd actually end up doing it.
Is it the same for you, Ash? I don't know. This is like a style dependent thing, as opposed to a.
So so from completely basic, I usually have like a completely white weather. So everything is on white, everything is bright, everything is just flat. Then I usually, like for my first weather, I always do like a clear blue sky weather with all the basic colors I want. So for example, for Skyrim, I will do like day is more blue with a more red to pink design for sunrise and sunset. And that is basically my base weather. And if I go to like a fog weather, I just take the clear weather and then change it so it looks foggy to what I mentioned. So add fog, make it a bit more, make the pink a bit more like lighter, and then just adjust everything and then go on to the next weather. But always the clear weather is always my base. Exceptions, if I do, for example, a cloudy weather and then make a cloudy fog weather, then cloudy is my base.
Right. So you just think of the most sort of average, this is what the weather is supposed to look like, space, and then you work from there. Okay.
Yeah, basically. And that's also if I do like a completely unique weather, for example, Mount Kant volcano, I use the clear weather.
Yes. Argyle, what is that? What does that mean? I didn't know you were learning Swedish. I board the sloss? Is that how you say that?
Geez, that looks nice.
One second, I'm just pulling up Google Translate. Argyle's fighting with Hecky in the in the chat. It literally just means we should fight. So this is Morrowind in the Skyrim creation engine, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
It is being remade, though. It's not a direct port.
Not remastered. Yes.
I think I'm going to take a screenshot of this. That, okay. So what does the chat think of this night in the fog here? Skip that and that. Thank you, Hecky. I love the way the moonlight falls on this ridge. Check my face. Looks fine. Alright. Good. I feel like the water could be a bit brighter. Feels about right, I think. Is the water too bright?
I wouldn't say so. I say that looks appropriately murky for a swamp. One thing I would ask is, what is it? Do the moonbeams bounce off it?
I don't think that the game does that now.
Nah. Like, watching you do this, it always just re-puts into perspective just how many layers of development go into making the game
And
what
it's
it is.
just vanilla. Or like
Yes.
basic.
Mm,
EMP adds another 10,000 layers.
yes.
I think mostly because of Create, because of this tool and the ability to do this in a way that gives you real-time feedback in the engine itself. I feel like we're pushing what the vanilla game is capable of beyond where anybody else has really taken it, and the reason that's happening is because everyone else just uses ENB, right? Because it's there and it makes the game look so much better. No one has really had the incentive to make the base game look this good. Sorry, that's my computer. Sorry for the Facebook notification sound. Sorry about that. No one's needed to push the game this far because ENB existed, but because I kind of need to make sure that this game looks good without ENB, we're kind of forced within the limitations of vanilla to push it further. And so I feel like we're breaking new ground because of that. And I gotta say, I'm really excited that once all of this work is done, being able to push this further with ENB is going to be something special.
Yeah. Also, when we're doing weather as well, like, are you accounting for both moons? I mean, is there something you can do to that, or?
So I can answer that. With the current plugin we use, or Evilus, it's not possible. But there's a other mod like Eclipse, which we probably will not use, called Alas, which has the option to add 2 different colors to each moon. But Evilus can't do that, so it's probably just the same color.
Yeah.
Lovely.
For both moons.
Okay.
It's also discussed like customizing EVLAS for Skywind's needs. So Skywind will likely end up with like a custom one-off build. I know at the very least that Kit is planning to open source EVLAS as it is.
Trey says that he's happy that something like this is going to happen, so they can use this as a base for EMBs. I'm just wondering in our chat how many modders we have, who do their own sort of experimentations with EMB and the like.
Yeah, that's a good question.
This does look lovely, by the way, Trey.
Interesting. Well,
Argyle works on a mod. Wait, he better not be working on anything other than Skywind. That would break my heart. God, even the mushrooms have little lights to the looks lovely. You satisfied, Trey?
I think so. Making sure everything works as I intended to.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Marco.
Hello.
Greetings.
Oh my freaking gosh, is that Weather Queen Ashley?
Aye.
Famous world star celebrity Ashley of Skywind? Holy moly.
I mean, not world famous.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. Forgot
That
the
Argyle guy
relationship of
works on the
that.
mod sometimes, I would imagine. So what I missed while I was gone, while I was busy taking care of business?
Traded some weather. We talked a bit about law. And Ash came in and we talked a bit more about weather. And a bit more
Nice.
about law.
Lore or law? Sorry.
Law. No, Argyle's not here. We're not talking about law.
Yeah, okay, there we go. That's what I want to hear. Why don't we talk more about dyslexia?
I don't. Let's. If you want, what do you want to know?
What's going on in the life of dyslexia right now?
Well, I've just finished my sushi and I've finished my tea. So I'm sort of bereft for things to munch on, which I'm not entirely. Yeah, I don't like. I might go and get a couple of custard creams in a moment.
Nice.
Do you have custard creams in America?
I don't know what that is.
Oh my god, your biscuit culture is woeful.
Biscuit culture.
I didn't know there was such a thing as biscuit culture.
Because your biscuits are only, you eat it with gravy.
They're not even the same thing. You call a cookie a biscuit.
Yeah, I'll call it cookie. Exactly. It's not a cookie. It's a biscuit.
Absolutely.
And there's many varieties.
Many varieties. Has Ashley had biscuit?
Yeah. When I say biscuit, Ashley, what does that evoke in your mind?
Yeah, what pops in your mind?
Nothing. That's I don't know. But cookie to me is such a it has chocolate chips or something in it. It's a very particular type of biscuit. It doesn't. It's not all encompassing the way that biscuit should be. Like, biscuit is a type of product. There's a very clear distinction between like a biscuit and a cake, for example. Yeah, and I feel like the reason why it's a European thing as well, because Americans are so like particular about what a biscuit is to them. Like, a biscuit for them is like something that you eat with like a meal, like as a side, like a sort of like a suet dumpling or something. But yeah. Oh, we've got so many outstanding. And you go onto any British YouTube channel that makes a deal about it being British, and they'll do like a tier list of biscuits, and they'll have opinions about these things because it matters, and it's how you interact with the biscuit that makes it worth eating or not. And it's kind of like a personality thing. Like, oh, do you dunk or not? Well, then this might be your sort of thing.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. I checked out of that whole argument a while ago.
Yeah, I know, but this is because this matters. This especially matters to British people. And Americans just like, who gives a crap? I give a crap. Britain gives a crap. We
Brit?
really give a crap.
I never give a crap.
You know,
Mm.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that just sounds like British cope. Honestly, you know,
British go.
It is integral to the culture
yeah.
of what makes our country what it is.
Listen, heck, the only
Candy Smarties.
Oh, God, that
exactly.
looks-
As opposed to the
listen,
tiny little
listen.
like fizzy pellet things, like which I think we call like refreshers or something.
That
the only
looks
memory,
quite
the only
pretty.
thing I remember about a Smartie is I saw someone crush it up in high school and snort it like cocaine.
Which makes sense to an American, but that's because your Smarties are different to our Smarties. Our Smarties are more equivalent to like an M&M.
Funny thing, in Germany we have both. And Smarties.
Wait, you're German? Whoa.
Yeah.
You can meet Dal.
Argyle,
Dal.
don't even get him
think
started
we
on the
are-
difference between a cracker and a crisp.
Oh.
That's like
Oh,
the
no,
next one.
It's a
Crackers and
French
crisps
fry.
are-
French fry
are
and a crisp.
nothing. They're nothing alike. It's a crisp and a chip, I imagine you're trying to say. But again, they're nothing alike. Yes, Argyle, correct. America doesn't care as long as they can eat it.
That's
Very
true.
true.
That's true. I
Very
can
true.
confirm.
My cat's right next to me, guys. Everyone say hi to my cat.
Well, will the cat say hi to us? I know Garbanzo is being unusually quiet.
I haven't given her reason to speak. I'm sure if I were to lift her even a bit, she'd be yelling up a storm, but right now she's just enjoying the neck scratches.
Hmm.
5 is probably the... Yeah, it looks great. Alright.
Yeah.
Do you have any pets, Ashley?
Ew.
Yo,
And they're assholes.
Yeah,
aren't
yes.
all pets assholes?
I mean, yes, but they're like... Okay, so weird thing. When I give them food in the morning, they're like calm and quiet. A bit of meowing, but just nothing major. When my dad gives them food, they go crazy.
Well,
And I have no idea why.
very based. I like your cat's vibe.
Does a dad they put a little something extra in the little bit of catnip?
Yeah.
Probably at this point, I wouldn't doubt it.
I have to say, there's a woeful lack of cat tax on that front. I don't think you've posted a single picture of your cats. This must be rectified.
Damnation to all who do not
Yes.
send pictures.
They're my cats. And only
No.
my cats. No, no.
There
No.
are cats. There are
Cat, yes, it's our cats.
Okay, chat's thoughts on the brightness of the nights. Ooh, God, that looks good.
Can I give an opinion?
No,
No.
he asked chat. If you want to leave and join chat, and then you can give your opinion.
Let's see. This looks beautiful. Needs more biscuits. I agree. Feels like I'd be attacked by a creature out here.
Mm. Are there any creatures that have like glowing eyes?
No.
Nah.
Not
I feel
yet.
like that would
Not
be
yet.
wonderful. Like a-
It's gonna get to the point where it's like, can we get like luminescent? What is it? What is it called?
the bioluminescent. You know, the blue
Scalera.
sparkly.
Yeah, like blue scalera.
Yeah.
It's like, can we get that? Can we get like reflections in the eyes, like cats have on creatures in this game?
The thing is, I don't know what opportunity you would get to see the sclera. It's not. I don't think we're going to be putting in, like a 2006 Buick to be driving around Skywind so you can see like the cats as like the cat's eyes.
We're gonna have a lantern we can carry with us. Roll a cool that shit.
Yeah. Yes, a 10,000 lumen torch that burns with the force of 1,000 potassium nuggets.
When are we gonna get an Ashley reference in Skywind? That's what I want to know.
I mean, every day you see the clouds as a reference for me, so...
Yeah, exactly. We're literally doing credits. I mean, like, is that not enough of an Easter egg? Like, having Ashley's name there.
No, never enough.
No.
As Skywinders, we gotta front load it with as much references as possible.
I know a good reference. Just a picture of a face in the sky.
Exactly.
Yes, Ashley's face just replacing the second moon, so that occasionally, when occasionally there's an eclipse, so all you see is
it's the two moons, but both moons just have all pictures of Ashley, Kitsune, and Trey in there.
What are you playing? We are not playing. We are doing Skywind development. Well, Trey is doing Skywind development. He is making the web work.
Development. It's just not being shown.
Yes. What are you working on, Marco?
Jobasha.
You're doing Jobasha. Very good. Very good indeed.
Khajiit has books for you.
Khajiit has wares if you have coin.
What if I don't have coin?
You get nothing.
Ooh, Trey. Nah,
that's scary. Don't say that to Khajiit. They might try to sell you.
Yeah. Well, I suppose a good Khajiit doesn't particularly care if he has coin or not. He might take the wares one way or t'other.
It looks like this with a torch in hand.
I think
Khajiit's worst nightmare. Not having wares and not having coin.
I think Trey would get beat up by a Khajiit.
Press X to doubt.
I agree.
I think that's very big talk. Given that I see how your cat treats you, you bend to the whims of your cat. Just you it bullies you, and you let it.
Yeah, but I'm saying a cat person would be even more terrifying. I think Trey couldn't handle a cat person.
Yes.
Maybe a lizard person. Lizard
by the way,
cold-blooded.
Trey, if you could go to Processus Vitellius, I can guide you there.
Okay.
Right, so turn left.
From where I'm at now.
That is right, and that is up the stairs.
Okay.
Good start. Yeah, keep walking. Just keep walking in a straight line.
Worst GPS ever.
There is a delay on the stream, so.
You know,
there is a little bit of a delay.
As my friend Argyle would once say, you should go to West Hollywood.
Okay, so we're going in a straight line. So
keep walking. Yeah, keep walking.
If you keep walking in this direction, you're gonna hit West Hollywood eventually, Trey. You're gonna love it there.
You're gonna be crossing the river.
Just imagine giant Hollywood sign in Morrowind.
Yo.
How did we get here?
He'll be like around, like if you turn to your left now.
How are you navigating this if this is
there's at least like a 5-second delay on the stream.
Yeah.
But he's essentially like around the little alcove just off of Sadanine. So like behind a Real's trade house, like a few steps behind in the little on this little island like peninsula that you're on right now. On the other side. So further down in there.
Yeah, this delay is destroying my brain
yeah,
and my
this
heart.
might be hard.
Trey is confused.
Trey is lost.
I don't think it's Trey's fault. I think it's
Trey is going completely the wrong way right now. He's going to end up in Pelagiad before he fights.
I don't think it's Trey's fault. I think you're just a shit navigator.
I told him left, and he went right, and he kept walking. So I take no.
What do you
no
expect from a British GPS?
Yeah, that's fair.
British GPS. Americans. If Americans don't know left from right, I cannot be blamed. It's-
Yeah, you don't know the difference between a trip and a crisp, though, so that's on you.
Okay, so he's somewhere on here or what?
yeah, somewhere around here. Yeah.
Who are we looking for? The tax guy or the guy who
Yeah,
falls
Professor
asleep?
Vitellius. Yeah.
What if that quest is not active?
Wait, are we talking about the guy that just
Oh, he's
Yeah,
right
there
there.
he is. There he is, right there. Well done.
trying to get up there?
The
And
dead
he's walked
guy.
past him. Yeah.
Is that him over there? No, that's something else. Where
Right by
was?
the mushrooms.
The guy on
Right
the
by-
floor.
Right by your
Oh,
feet.
he's dead.
Right by your feet.
Literally.
I was looking for a guy
yes,
standing
on
up.
the-
Okay.
He's dead.
You, dead person.
Oh, yay.
Take a screenshot.
Wait, can we move his body? Oh my god, we can.
Well, he was in the original one of the ones you couldn't move. Can you delete corpses now in this and dispose of corpses, or do we just wait for them to despawn naturally, like in Skyrim?
I'm not sure.
Let's dispose of this body. Let's return him to nature.
He's gonna swim.
This is. I'm fairly sure this is accessory to murder at this point. This is.
No, not accessory. You
No,
don't-
it's just cleanup.
It's just,
we help.
Keeping
just a-
nature clean.
Yeah, we help.
it's just obstruction. It's just obstruction.
This
of
is.
the crime.
This is. Your Honor, I was merely recycling. I can't be
Yeah,
blamed.
And that's how Ashley escaped a court case. Nice job.
It always works.
It always works.
Last
Your
month
Honor.
was the 15th time that worked.
Your Honor, I'm just speeding up the natural process of the cycle of life. I'm returning this body to where it once came. Man, this looks so moody. I love it. It makes every tree look like threatening.
Mm.
You never know if like a shulk bug is just gonna come out and go wah 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 on you. You know what I mean?
I was thinking more along the lines of a Whomping Willow, but yes.
Why do you womp and willow dyslexia?
Why do I Whomp and Willow? Oh, can we go see the Silk Strider? Yeah.
Just
why
for
not?
you, just for you,
Yeah.
because you're a special little guy, dyslexia.
Silk Song.
Silk Song number 2. Don't get dyslexia even started on Silk Song. He'll be here for hours.
No, that would be Savoy. Order
Slit Song. Look at that. Ashley, don't you want to touch its little nerve endings up there and control it like a robot?
Excuse me?
Don't you just want to put iron rods in there and just like make that thing move like a Gundam? Don't you want a bug friend? Don't you want a bug friend?
Dying.
Who is that? Who's doing the hyena laugh?
You okay there, Ashley?
That's me. Yeah.
Oh my god,
Ash died
that's
inside.
amazing.
You can't
didn't
say
think
that.
I didn't think I was gonna
Oh.
get you like that, man. Holy shit.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, that's me laughing, sorry.
yeah, that tickled Ashley something pink. That was...
I have literally never had someone react to that in that way to something I said before. I'm not used to this. Hold on.
Hmm.
It's just a morbid.
Okay.
I don't know. Walking around as well, like all the little things that, like the little Quama egg things on the mini map.
To be fair, though, I have I did have a period during my last year of college where I literally died anytime everyone, the Halo show, the one everyone hated,
Oh, red versus blue.
because it shown Master
No,
Chief's face.
there was an official Halo show that was trash.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I would literally die every time my friend Noah would just call him like John Halo. I don't know why. Every time I would just like lose my shit over that. I don't know. I did not know what was wrong with me.
Yes, or John Warhammer and his 40Ks. Yes.
See, it's not funny when you say it, but when he says John Halo in the specific intonation and situation he says it, I always die.
Well, please give a demonstration.
I can't do it on command. I'd have to be in presence of him.
Does he do it in Master Chief's voice?
No. He just has a very specific way of talking when he's like angry about something that I just find so amusing.
John Halo is a meme. I'm fairly sure John, product name is a meme.
We're all memes, dude.
John Skywind.
John Skywind. I feel like Argyle is just the meme guy. He knows all the memes. He never...
Master Chief.
Master Chiefs. Oh shit, it's already getting to me. Fuck, I can't look at this chat right now.
Master
Go away,
Chiefs.
Argyle. Go away,
Okay.
Argyle. Leave. You can't trigger me like this.
Just another Skywind stream. Trey is working, everyone else is just fucking
Laughing at
around.
Everyone's laughing at fucking Master Cheeks. This is
Cat
what...
Wilberger. I don't know if I've ever seen... I think I've seen some of his stuff. I don't know. Marco, have you seen any?
Who, Master Cheeks?
No,
a Cat Wilberger.
I am a fan.
I'm tempted to
Hey,
like
Cat
name a cat.
Burger fans.
I'm
Yeah,
tempted to
I'm a
name my
fan.
cat Master Cheeks.
Oh god.
Well, let's do a full day night cycle here. See what that looks like.
Wonderful. Let's do it.
This ain't
Clap your cheeks. Yeah. See everyone, this is what real Skywind development looks like. If you went in behind the scenes, we're working and at the same time someone's like laughing at a fucking stupid meme or stupid joke. This is reality. This isn't fiction. Snowflakes. This is real
And
life.
you thought we were professionals.
No.
Oh, that's Bardell. I think
That's far down.
right in
Yeah.
front of the moon. That's cool.
That is really cool.
Unexpected surprise.
The only goats can make this kind of thing happen, right? Right, Trey?
Oh, I wonder if we can make it shadow casting.
I have to ask Gamma, but I would imagine it already should block out the VLs and stuff.
I mean, no, because lords themselves don't have shadow
Oh,
caster.
right. Yeah, it would have to be drawn not as a law, but like always there.
The only possibility I can think of is to have like a low poly version of it, and that's persistent. Or like full lord all the time, or like
Yeah.
full whatever it's called.
We're no longer in the Bitter Coast. We ran all the way apparently to Vivek City.
Welcome to Ascadian Isles. Why is it an isle? Why is it Ascadian?
Nobody knows.
We're gonna check out
I hope,
the city in the fog.
Only
hope it's-
Todd knows.
yeah, I hope its Circadian rhythm is good though.
Wait, no way is this already Vivek. Like,
Yeah.
This is
we
Vivek.
we literally just left Saint Denis.
Nope.
Is it really that quick?
Yep.
How come?
The more you
Welcome
know.
to Vivek, people. I think this is the St. Dylan canton, or I'm not sure though. No, this is Hlalu. Sorry. I just saw the windows. Seydanin is really close to Seydanin. Yeah,
That's-
Argyle is right.
That's
Like,
correct,
yeah.
Argyle. Did you
You get 10 points.
Yeah.
Did they teach you that at university?
They taught. They
Argyle
taught
really knows his law. This is the sort of expertise that we need on the Skywind.
He
How
really
close is Saint Dean to Saint Dean? I go, well, according to the tones.
Yeah, he learned all he could about the lore from Arcane University. That's where he learned.
Oh my god, that is glorious.
Whoa.
Ugh, well,
Quick, someone play the Gilgamesh
Can
song.
we go to the High Fane and see how like the moon looks from the top of that?
Alright, which direction do I go? Up there?
Oh no,
Uh,
British
I'm not
GPS
gonna,
is
I'm
back
not gonna
again.
direct you. This is all on you.
All
Figure
right,
it
so
out.
go left, up those stairs. I
Alright, we'll
want you
go.
to just follow it towards the end.
Alright, we'll
Just
go,
think of this as like you need to go east. Yes.
go up these
Perfect.
stairs.
Go up those stairs. Just keep heading in that general direction straight. Eventually, you'll get to High Fane.
Or you won't.
Don't tell me
in
how to
which
live
case,
my
go in that
life.
direction.
What if I want to tell you how to live your life, huh, buddy? Jumps off the bridge into the water.
Don't call me buddy, pal.
You're my buddy, guy.
Call me guy.
I'm not your guy, friend.
Alright, so
not
where
my
we
friend,
where we
buddy.
going here?
Makes you
keep going.
wonder why did the nerve ring get dropped off in Saint Denis?
Is
That's
this
like
already
a
happening?
port.
I can't tell. I'm pretty sure that's not it. Let me look up where High Fane is again.
Oh, there may or may not be people who have never played the game. Might want to ease up on that. Beat man.
Yeah.
It was released in 2001. Unfair.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
yeah,
head,
no.
head towards Bardau. Just head towards
Yeah,
Bardau.
towards
and you'll
Bardau.
find it.
It's right.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Where is Bardell? Let's see. See if we can see it through the fog.
Back that way.
Look that way.
Yes.
Oh, that's it. It's floating right there. You can barely see it.
Yeah.
Imagine you just look out your window and you just see that falling down from the sky.
I was gonna say, like, why is the Census and Excise Office like in this tiny little backwater village in the middle of nowhere when Vivek and Ebenhart are literally right next door?
Because they didn't want the riffraff in the city.
You gotta imagine how much tax they're putting on there for you to have an office there, dude.
Well, I mean, Saint Denis is really close to Saint Denis, according to our guy. So-
Yes.
Now I feel like there's gonna be like a one-off comment from an NPC. Saladin is close to Saladin.
You should voice it.
What?
Actually. Welcome to High Fane, people. Welcome to High
Oh.
Fane.
All right then.
Let's get Ashley to voice fucking Sothasil.
Please no. I'm not a voice actor.
You could be.
I think you'll find it surprisingly easy.
Wait, is there anything that's like spoilery that I don't need to go up here on stream?
It's been
Uh,
shown.
it's-
in
it's-
Street.
it's-
Just don't
yeah,
go in. Just don't go inside anywhere. You'll be
Exactly.
fine.
So it's behind
Yeah.
a door.
God,
be
that
fine.
looks
Right now, you're just
amazing.
like-
The moonlight streaming through the god
Look at
rays
that
and the
rock.
Bardal just up
Look at
there.
that rock.
Those stairs do not look safe.
Imagine falling backwards
little
down on
steep.
this and just
Yeah.
roll down. Roll.
Not even any rails. Just some candles to hold on or pray to.
You have to crawl your way up here like a baby. That's what Vivek
Probably.
wants.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Oh,
fancy.
look at that! No, don't turn, please. Show us that. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Donk.
You would break every single bone in your body just from that height alone.
Okay, guys, we're going in. We're going to show this. All
Oh,
right.
no.
but it's not even a door.
No, I have the UI off.
Ah, right. Okay.
Who made that? Did you see him make this orbiting thing?
No, I think that was someone before his time.
It's really cool.
Look at that mesh UV arrow.
Hmm. Ashley could fix it.
I can't even fix my own cloud panorama, so no.
Oh wow! Why are those solid
Ashley can
green?
fix
That's
that.
well, that's clearly something in progress. Look at that.
That's law accurate.
Nah, this is exactly. We just have the Nickelodeon slime flowing through the puzzle now. This is how it's supposed to look.
We have hardened, well-shaped Nickelodeon slime. Right
You guys want to
Hmm.
go ahead and tell Dal that I showed off Vivek in the temple on stream?
Yeah, I'm typing
Yes,
right now.
yes.
Actually,
You
I
gotta
was
tell her
actually just typing it down.
Well, was nice knowing you, Trey.
Also, that I made like several announcements that I just made up that are not true at all. And tell her that too.
Mhm,
Skywind is
mhm.
coming out tomorrow.
Definitely
well-
not.
All right, hold on there, buddy. Hold on, hold on, Captain. Hold on, weapon. Argyle, can we silence these fools?
Argyle actually made an announcement
No.
earlier. I don't know if you guys noticed, but
Yeah, Argyle did make up
Sedanine
Sedanine
it's close to Sedanine, so
Yeah,
Thank-
he just leaked our entire development.
that's really unfortunate that he let everybody know. But
Mm.
I can-
Neo Argyle, more like no Argyle.
I guess since Argyle like let the cat out of the bag, I can confirm today that Sedanine is very close to Sedanine. So we were trying to keep that under wraps, but unfortunately,
the cat's out of bag.
yeah, we had to let everybody know the truth is it's
Why
very
did you put
close.
the cat in the bag? You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Cats don't belong in bags.
He likes it though.
Oh.
I mean, he already buries himself in my plushie,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah, Ill Graphics.
Like,
I don't know if they've showed off Vivek himself, but
They have...
pretty sure we don't want to show in that temple. We want to keep
it's
that
it's
on
not
the
worth
DL.
the risk.
Yeah, we want to keep that on the
Yeah.
DL because that's a big moment
That's
in the game. We want people to experience that fresh.
There's playing with fire, and then there's holding like a flaming ball in your hand, you know?
Mm.
Okay, so I'm done. I will take any questions that you guys have now that I'm able to answer.
What's your social security number?
It is 000000000. I swear.
If you were and Ashley to fight, if you and Ashley were to fight, who would win?
I don't know. Don't really know.
I would never hit a trans person, so I would win by default.
Oh.
I mean, the truth is, like, I would absolutely hit a trans person. Anybody that attacks me is getting hit, right? But I wouldn't throw the first hit. So if I get
I'm
attacked,
saying this is like
if I get attacked, I hit. Like,
Do we have
It
any
doesn't
other
matter.
questions?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No.
I make no distinction. I defend myself, but I
I
don't.
was thinking.
don't
I was.
wanna
I was thinking not like an attack situation. I was thinking more like a boxing match situation.
Oh yeah, I have no idea.
Mm.
I
I
am
mean,
like
Trey's an old man. I'm pretty young.
I am 6'4" and over 200 pounds, so that might count for something. But yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Is that in actual measurements?
To be fair, I didn't invent the foot. The British did.
6'9", 200 pounds. I think that's
no,
like
I'm not 6'9". I'm
one.
6.
6'9". 6'9" is massive.
No,
6'9"
I'm,
is-
Wait, what? What?
I'm 6'4", so that's like over 2 meters.
6'4". Wait, you're 6'4".
It's 6'9" Trey is hunched over this tiny little desk with these like massive sausage fingers. Just if he typing on his little
Okay.
keyboard.
Does somebody in the chat help, because I can't be bothered to Google. Let us convert imperial to metric. 6'4".
You're like
Well,
200.
hold on,
You're
I-
like 2 meters tall.
6'4".
Heki brings up a good point. Feet have existed before the British people.
Yeah, that's true.
193 centimeters.
Okay, and then in weight, I'm somewhere
200
around.
pounds.
Like
I'm somewhere
18,
around 230 pounds in weight.
Like 80 kilograms.
Okay, that's like 100 kilos.
Yeah, about 100
Yeah.
kilos.
And
So
Debbie,
Yeah.
devastatingly handsome.
How do you stack that?
176 centimeters and like 55 kilograms.
Okay, you're dead.
It's gonna fall me like a matchstick.
Two of us together could not be Trey's height or Trey's weight. we are dinner.
But I could beat the handsome devilish face, I think, personally.
But I'm
Like two
so
people stacked together in a trench coat.
I'm so
could
kind
win.
and loving. I would never harm any of my fellow Skywind devs. I couldn't.
Unless we attack you first, in which case
Correct.
there's no holds barred.
Correct.
Trey is stalking you in the face.
That is absolutely correct. Yes.
Immediately.
Trey is
Yeah.
putting your face on the pavement so he can jump in the air and crush your teeth as he
Yeah.
lands on your.
I go from gentle giant to absolutely demonic, depending on whether or not I was attacked.
Yeah. Oh, don't say it like that, Trey.
Yeah.
That you just tips fedora. Here, nothing personnel, kid.
Yeah.
Inside me, there are 2 wolves.
Nothing personal, kiddo.
So has anybody got any questions in the chat for us?
Yeah, come on, people, bring in the questions. Trey needs them. If you don't, I will blow up Skywind. I'll blow everything right
This
now.
is
Don't do
literally
it.
your last chance before next week.
I'm deleting
holding
all of the
Skywind.
files right now. They're going
Yeah,
away.
deleting every file, and I'm starting with dyslexia's voice lines.
Yes. A question: where can we see more of Skywind? Well,
Well.
that's very kind of you to ask, Heki. Would you like to take this one, Marco?
Well, absolutely, my dear friend Dyslexia. We have a wonderful Discord channel where you can stay up to date with all the current happenings, chat with us, ask questions, all the wonderful things. And if you are interested, you can also join our volunteer page, where if you want to learn how to do some of the simple stuff like file cutting or nav meshing, you're free to do so. Sending grounds, release date question, troll. 2077. Next answer.
Answered on the Discord. If you type in +when.
Concerning the release date, I can confirm that by the time 2100 hits, Skywind will have released at some point between now and then. So I can confirm that.
Once the rapture happens, Skywind will
Yes.
be finished.
Yeah.
Question:
Didn't it already happen?
Nah.
Sorry,
Was
when
it
were you
like last
doing
week or something?
outside The Cavern of the Incarnate. I believe the Cavern of the Incarnate is being level designed now by Ziggy. So I think we're going to wait for that to be built first, and then when that has been
Oyster Devil is
tested.
like,
And did he? I thought it was Ziggy.
Yeah, I think we actually did that a few months back. I think that's actually done.
Yeah, isn't that like a world space, and you did a cool thing with it?
Yeah, but let's not give too much away. I think that's another one of the
Exactly.
special places.
The thing about this Nameless Hero is that we have a couple of like main quest locations, which we're going to be a little more secretive about. We might do some sort of like showcase releases of them, but something along those lines, I think, is going to be kept a little more under wraps because it's a main quest. We want it to be sort of a bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
All right, more questions. Ashley, what's your daily skincare routine? Go.
Redacted.
I just put water on my face and call it a day.
Is the QA team filled up now? No. Always looking for good people to join and help out with everything.
We need people to critique our work, especially Dyslexia's work. Jeez, that needs critique.
Beyond critique, honestly, I'm shocked I'm still here, to be honest.
Yeah. Second question for Trey. Can you do a cartwheel?
I don't know. Like, I'm turning 39 this year. I haven't even tried to do a cartwheel ever because, I don't know, it's just not something I ever wanted to do, but it's possible that I could, but I don't really know if I can or not. Probably never going to find out.
Based. Alright, question for Ashley. What's it like to make clouds? What's the process?
Pain.
Sweet.
Just pain.
We use Unigen.
But so I create the clouds via Unigen, which is a game engine, like a free game engine actually, and it has by default some really good cloud systems. And what I basically do is just adjust the settings and then make a panorama capture of it. It's hard to describe it like in words. It's probably better if I just showcase it at one time maybe. It's fairly simple. The only thing that is a bit confusing is knowing what all the settings do, because most of the stuff is stuff that most people will never heard of it.
Can we get claps in the chat for this grass, which is something a former developer contributed, which I think is actually really good. This grass in the Ascadian Isles is quite good.
I clapped so hard I broke my wrist.
Yeah.
There isn't a clap emote that I can see, but there is a...
Look at
There's a
Heki
cat
clapping
wearing
away with her
sunglasses.
little emote.
Yeah, but Heki, it's just like she's membership to literally 20 million different Twitch channels, so her emote pool is actually bottomless.
Yeah.
It's completely infinite.
Listen, Heki's a gamer, all right? Heki's a gamer. You wouldn't understand.
A real gamer, not one of those
Yeah,
fake
real
ones.
gamer.
A true gamer.
Yeah.
Heki has so much knowledge in that little brain of theirs that you just couldn't even fathom.
Krail, yes, I can capture game-ready clouds with Alpha Channel. That's actually built into Unigen, which is very helpful, and it's amazing. I actually found the tool because previously I used like Unreal Engine, which did not have that, and I had to do it like manually, and that's awful. The Alpha Channel was just completely borked. But with Unigen, I can just basically say that the sky is alpha, and it just gets removed, and I don't have to do anything. I can just take a capture and put it into game. For Skyrim, we have to, Trey has to do a bit more because of how it does it.
I demonstrated working with the clouds in the previous weather stream that I did. I don't remember which day it was. I think maybe it was last Tuesday. Don't remember now.
Yes.
But yeah, if you want to see how we work with clouds, see me working with some on the previous stream. Let us go to sunset.
Let's ask a question to Heki. Heki, what is your favorite type of? What's your favorite color? There you go.
Wait for the stream delay.
Yeah.
Wait for the question to be pondered.
Yeah, you gotta think about
Wait
it.
for
Man.
the
It's a
answer
good
to
question.
be typed.
Personally, I like royal blue.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Who
Okay,
says
I like
yellow?
that. Yellow.
Who says yellow?
My favorite color is teal.
I think teal is a good choice.
Teal's a good
Teal
color.
and aquamarine.
Teal is the goated choice.
I like every color besides yellow.
What's wrong with yellow, Ashley? What has yellow done to you?
It always looks odd when I use it for weathers.
Fair. All right.
It's personally probably the worst color I can imagine in weather editing or weather colors general. Every other color has like a nice hue, works, isn't like too bland. But yellow always looks completely odd, and I don't know why.
Based answer, Ashley. Very based.
But then again, it's like a yellow green, like a sulfur green yellow, looks good again.
Sulfur green yellow.
That's okay, more yellow for me. You can have it. Take it. I don't need it.
I need some Campbell's chunky soup right now. That's what I need.
It's a very particular sort of craving, which I personally can't empathize with.
Well, you don't ever feel like I could go for some Campbell's chunky right now.
No. I mean, like, it's very rare I get a craving for soup, but especially rare that I get a craving for soup that is chunky. That is not a descriptive that immediately strikes me as
I love cream of
appetizing.
chicken. I love cream of chicken.
Yeah, but cream of chicken now
It's
with
chunky.
chunks? Ugh.
Maybe it's just a Midwestern thing.
Yes, maybe.
Any Midwesterners in the
Like
chat?
a Snickers salad.
Yeah, that's cursed. I don't like that. How dare you put that into my periphery?
Again, not my fault.
Oh, it's most certainly your fault.
No.
You
no,
brought this
blame
into my mind.
Yeah, blame the people who made the abomination.
So, any other questions for Trey, people, about weather and stuff?
Where is this, Narmok?
This is
Hello.
Lawwood.
Oh, it's loud. Can we go to Narmok, actually?
Who wants to go to Narmok? Who cares about Narmok?
That is a very fair question. Ooh, a tree. Wonderful.
Trying to find like a really nice time of day for this. Something
That's
like
good.
Yeah, I like it.
something like
Yeah.
that looks nice.
You think
So
there's a lot
how-
of water inside of those trees?
How long is the day-night cycle?
I think it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
One real life minute per 20 minutes in game.
Oh.
Oops. That was an accident. Hopefully that's what I want.
So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Okay, there we go.
A job.
Same,
Actually,
dude.
no. Actually, no. I don't want a job.
No, don't get a job. Don't
Skywind
get a
is
job.
my job.
Eat you here.
My job is sucky.
I love how
just like-
decrepit and degraded everything looks. Yeah, it's wonderful.
What else do you like, man?
Cheese.
You like a good camembert cheese?
Oh no, I don't like camembert.
This guy's a faker.
He's a fraud.
I love cheese. I love all kinds of cheese.
You just said.
Like
Oh, look how glorious the ambient light is on this character.
red Leicester.
Pasta.
Yeah, all kinds of cheese.
Oh, that's
It's
really pretty.
Ashley's favorite kind of cheese, though. That's the question.
This needs to come down.
I hate cheese.
Same. I'm not a big cheese guy.
Something like that, maybe. Yeah, when the lighting is set up just right, it can look really realistic. Like the way the light's falling on these trees is not just the sunlight, but like the ambient light in the shadow areas. Looks really natural.
Yeah.
And this water is too bright, so let's pull that down. There we go.
Alright, Joe Bosch's is done. Let's see what the boss man says. Took a day, but you know, better than nothing. Praise me, dyslexia. Praise me.
Well, if there's no more questions, I think I'm gonna
Steaming.
get ready to wrap this up. So I'll give a few more minutes.
Cool. So this is your last chance ever until next week to ask Trey about something weather related.
This is your last chance to speak to Trey ever, actually.
Until next week.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go off and die or something. Apparently, it's gonna
Until
disappear.
next week when he's resurrected.
Yeah, resurrection.
We're
Yeah.
gonna take him out of the little box we keep him in.
His little jar.
like Annabelle from Annabelle, The Conjuring.
Will Skywind have Morrowind's leveling system?
That's not been decided yet until we get to the balancing part of the game, so that's still probably quite a ways away.
Yes, so there's an awful lot of behind the scenes now, because we were talking earlier about something like, stealth detection, and that's something which is, once everything is built and refined and done, then we can get into the actual sort of gameplay.
Argyle just dropped a correction. Argyle's one of our leads, so definitely listen to what Argyle says.
Yes, also bear in mind that this is a very big project, and we are ignorant to a lot of things that go on in the back rooms.
I'd say just ignorant in general.
Ignorant in general,
almost,
especially Marco. Imagine answering something. He doesn't even know the answer.
Well, I was trying to go with the safe PR answer, but instead of giving a hard decision, on something I didn't know, I was trying to deflect.
Well, the actual answer is it'll be using Skywind's leveling system. You see what I did there? That's a non-committal answer right there.
Boom, boom. Very, very. You're a politician. Oh, look at him. Bobble.
Well, to be honest, saying that it'll use Skywind's leveling system to a question like that is actually maybe slightly more useful information than knowing that Satanine is close to Satanine.
True. Amen.
Arga, how close is the Skywind Discord server to the Skywind Discord server?
Oh.
I imagine keeping the skill system fairly close to Morrowind's would be quite nice as well, because what I quite like about the original is you have to use a bed in order to sleep. And then being able to sleep, you get, the dream sequences, and you get, the lore happening whilst you sleep, which ties in really well with the whole dreaming thing that you've got going with the 6th house.
Yeah.
So I would quite like something of that ilk being.
I feel like dyslexia is part of the 6th house.
I get 6th house vibes off of dyslexia for sure.
True. My nose is literally 4 foot long.
It's a trumpet, dude.
When I talk to dyslexia in voice chat, I just imagine this super douchey dark elf who hates me when I'm talking to dyslexia. That's what I imagine.
Hating you does not make someone douchey. That's just common sense.
It's just expected and understood that it's the right thing to do.
But the lumps of raw meat on my desk, which I happen to be gnawing over, that might be a giveaway.
Are you practicing the meat mandate?
Absolutely.
And with that, goodbye, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful night of streaming today. We learned a lot today. Please go follow the Discord channel to keep up with stuff we're doing there. Be sure to volunteer if you have the time and you want to learn some of the more introductory sections of
nav mesh, file cutting, QA, all of it. We need you all.
Yeah, we need you all. We love you all. And thank you so much to Trey for Weather Wednesdays. It's an honor to put him on here. I'm QuantumScape, a level designer.
I've been Dyslexia. And Ash has been Ash as well.
Yes.
Yay.
And we will see you on the flip side.
Fantastic. See you next week.